Just imagine the vote of what you held and vote for someone who else who held has different values in the democracy. Won't it be unethical? I do think so. That is precisely going to happen if the delimitation may suffer its consequences. Good evening, gentlemen. I am Rajvardhan Kumar, going to lecturate and share my opinions on the topic delimitations. So, what's delimitation actually? It is the process of rectifying the seats allocated through the electorate and the area based on the population to actually form an equity. We are not uh, we can't perform the equality through all of the reason, so rather we need to perform equity among all the citizens, and thus delimitations follow. It generally goes with the census, but in the past census, when the census was happened 1976, it was held, and our seats of Rajya Sabha was held at a continuous at the certain level, and thus it never happened again. And with the growing population what India is facing, we need to set our delimitation right, and thus we need to perform and take right decision with the being, or else we will face some serious issues. Like, if someone from southern part of region and someone from northern part of region, since northern part of region is highly and densely populated, and so the constituencies might get in a certain areas, and they will be correspondence on a dense population area. Thus, a high density states like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and some other Jharkhand might have more constituents rather than someone less density states like Kerala, Rajasthan, and all. And thus, the area to seats allocation won't be enough to actually develop them further. Just take an example from a state of India, it's like Sikkim. Sikkim has only one representation in India, and thus the voice of its people actually not get that much the maturity that it actually should have get, as Sikkim is one of the integrated, and it is one of the critical and vital point of India. Thus, it needs some concentration, and we are focusing on it. So, what else we can do? Thing which we can do is actually divide the states in three certain regions, like some bigger and higher density states. Second would be the middle and middle sized states, and third would be the smaller states. And thus we will allocating five seats according to their levels. Thus, like 20 seats to bigger states, 15 or 10, 12 to 15 seats on the middle size states, and uh, there will be allocated at least five Lok Sabha seat for the even any of the smaller states, whether it will be Sikkim or Goa. And thus it can help us grow our representation of its people throughout the system, regardless of the area, regardless of the ethnicity, regardless of any kind of intervention among the people. And thus it needs to be taken part. We, not only our government, but we as a people to rose up, and we must fight for equity, not just equality. Not everyone is equal, but yeah, we can fight for equity, and thus we can perform them to help them better. Someone may get privilege and someone may not, and for this we need to maintain the equity. In conclusion, I would say the the revision should be vital, and it needs some critical essence to actually work on, to actually reassure the census and the delimitation of the area. Thank you. Jai Hind. So I took almost 4 minutes. It's not good. I'm way past a minute of the time limit of lecture rate. It's only, I think only 3 minutes are given, and that's not just 3 minutes. They might get a buzzer from 2:30 or 2:40 onwards, and thus I need to prepare it harder. And yeah, it was a good lecture rate for me. I got you know some jugged in between, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna work on that. And if you guys have you know any of the points that you want to convey to me, I'm quite open to you, and thus I would love to hear your points and opinions on me. I have only around 15 days left to my SSBs, and thus I need to work harder than I ever imagined. And I have to work hard, and that's what I have realized. And yeah, I'm working, and Thank you for everyone, whoever watched it. Good morning, good evening, whatever time you're watching, and Jai Hind.